The aroma of cardamom, cinnamon, and slow-cooked rice hung heavy in the air, a familiar comfort that had always defined Zara's life. Not the sterile, chemical scents of the city, but the rich, earthy perfume of her mother's kitchen. A kitchen that, for 20 years, had been the heart of Zara's biryani house. Zara wasn't just a biryani girl, she was the biryani girl. From the moment she could toddle, she'd been surrounded by enormous steel pots, gleaming ladles, and the rhythmic chop of onions. While other kids played with dolls, Zara meticulously stacked discarded spice packets into miniature towers, a silent tribute to the magic happening around her. As she grew, she graduated from stacking to stirring, from stirring to seasoning, her small hands learning the delicate balance of flavors that made her mother's chicken biryani legendary in their bustling neighborhood. Her mother, a woman of fierce spirit and even fiercer culinary skill, had instilled in Zara a deep respect for the craft. "Biryani isn't just food, Zari," she'd say, her eyes twinkling as she added a final flourish of fried onions. "It's a story of patience, of love, of every ingredient singing its own song." Zara had absorbed these lessons like the basmati rice absorbed the saffron-infused broth. She could tell by the whisper of the steam if the rice was perfectly al dente, by the subtle shift in color if the chicken was marinated just right. She knew the exact moment the lid needed to be sealed, trapping the fragrant magic within. But Zara's world wasn't confined to the four walls of the kitchen. She had dreams as expansive as the sky above their little eatery. She wanted to study, to see beyond the familiar streets, to bring new ideas back to their beloved biryani house. Who will carry on the legacy of Zara's ambitions? She'd ask, a hint of sadness in her voice. One sweltering summer afternoon, a food critic notorious for his scathing reviews walked into Zara's biryani house. Zara, now the one largely running the kitchen as her mother's joints ached more often, felt a nervous flutter. She poured every ounce of her passion into the biryani that day, ensuring every grain of rice was separate yet tender, every piece of chicken succulent, every spice singing its own song. The critic, a stern man with an unreadable expression, ate slowly, deliberately. Zara watched from the kitchen door, her heart pounding. Finally, he nodded, a small, almost imperceptible gesture. The next day, his review appeared. It wasn't just good, it was glowing. He spoke of the biryani as a culinary masterpiece, a symphony of flavors that transported him to another world. He called Zara, the quiet architect of this fragrant dream, the soul of Zara's biryani house. The review changed everything. People flocked to their little restaurant, lining up down the street. Zara, the chicken biryani girl, was no longer just a local legend. She was a recognized talent, a young woman who had not only preserved a cherished tradition, but had also elevated it. She realized then that her dreams weren't a betrayal of her heritage, but an extension of it. She could study, explore, learn, and then return, bringing new perspectives to the stories told through their biryani. The aroma of cardamom and cinnamon would always be her anchor, but now the world was her kitchen, and she was ready to cook up a future as vibrant and rich as her mother's legendary biryani.